Okay, let's finish the topic for the test. This lesson is 11.6 for surface area and volume of the spheres. This figure, the sphere has particular formulas. Now, because it's related with the circle, the sphere has a center, has a radius, this distance, and the diameter that is from one side to another one, crossing the center. Now we have the circumference is the greatest circle in the circumference of the sphere. That means this is not the circumference of the sphere. This is a circumference, but the circumference of the sphere is in the greater part of the circle. Now it's related like the equator in the Earth, right? The half on this. Now this is the great circle. Now those parts, the one part is the hemisphere and the other part is the other hemisphere, so north and south, if you prefer. This is only saying part. Now, if we have seen a baseball ball, you can see it has those parts that is the union in the two parts of the cover. Now this, you can see it. We have 4 circles at the end. Now the area of each circle is pi raised to the second power, but the 4 of them are covering the sphere in this situation. Now mean the formula of the surface area is the formula of the circle times 4, because we may fold 4 circles with the same radius around of the sphere. Now this is the first formula. Now I will apply it to solve exercise 1 and exercise 2 in the book. Now the exercise 1 says what is the surface area of the sphere with the diameter of 14. Now remember the surface area formula, that is this, is 4 times pi times the radius to the second power. Radius to the second power. Now we don't have the radius, but we know the radius is the half of the diameter. That means the formula will look like the half of 14 is 7 to the second power to the second power. Now the next step will be 4 times pi times 49. Why 49? Because it's 7 to the second power. And the answer has to be in the term of pi. That means we only have to multiply 4 times 49. That we get the answer is 196 pi. Only apply formulas in this one. And is inches, the surface area to the second power. But also says, and round the nearest square inches. That means we need to find what is the value of 196 multiplied by pi. If we only have to use our calculator, if we get that is 615.75 has to be in the calculator, but it's rounded, will be 16 inches to the second power. And that is the answer for the first exercise. Now the second exercise, that is the same, we will use the same formula, says what is the surface area of a melon with a circumference of 18 inches. Now here we have a situation. We don't have the radius, but we have the circumference. How is the formula of the circumference? Is we need to find the radius. It will be 2 times pi times the radius. That is the formula of the radius. If we need the radius, this part we need, but if we have the circumference, by substitution will be 18 is equal to 2 times pi times the radius that we are looking for. Now the next step will be solve for the radius. It will be 18 divided by 2 pi is equal to this radius, that is the information that we need. We need the final answer in decimal will be 218 divided by 2 pi. The answer will be 2.86. 2.86. What will be the units? Because we are talking about inches. If this is distance, is inches only. Now, round your answer to the nearest tenth. That means we don't have to keep the pi. But the next step is find the surface area. Here we have a formula. Surface area of a sphere is 4 times pi times the radius. Is this formula? In this formula. In the radius, we know that it's 2.86, and it's to the second power. To the second power. Now, 2.86 to the second power is 8.1796. Will be 4 times 8.1796. Trying to keep a lot of decimals. Now let's make the multiplication. Times 4 times pi. It will be 102.78 inches second power. If you run a little bit, maybe you will get a little bit less value, maybe 100, 101. But this is the answer, keeping a lot of decimals. Now let's go to the book. Here was the exercise that I solved. Now let's go to the other part, to the other formula. Here's the explanation. By the way, the explanation that is here is how we get the formula of the sphere. Basically, the sphere here is saying that you remember the formula of the pyramid of the cone. It's kind of similar, but this is multiplied by 4 without the h, because we have we already had the radius, but at the end it's the same, because in the height in the cone will be the same radius of the circle that is has the same radius. But this is the formula of the circles, of the sphere, sorry. The volume of the sphere is 4 divided by 3 multiplied by pi, radius to the third power. Immediately we get a third power. Now this is the formula, and the first example says a sphere has a diameter of 60 inches. What is the volume of the nearest cubic inches? Let's solve. Here we have the example. Now the formula of the volume of the sphere is 4 divided by 3 multiplied by pi times the radius to the third power. Now what we need here, I will use this part. I'll insert the equation to make it easy to understand. The volume is equal to 4 divided by 3 multiplied by pi multiplied by the radius to the third power. Now remember, it's 60 divided by 2, because this is the diameter. We need the radius. Will be 60 divided by 2 will be 30 inches to the third power. Now this result will be 4 divided by 3 multiplied by pi, and 30 to the third power, here we have it, will be 1,000. In this situation will be inches cubed. Now we will have. Now the next step is use the calculator, because we are not keeping the term of pi. Here we have to multiply by pi by 4, and then divide by 3. And the answer is 113,097 inches cubed. And that is the final answer of this exercise. Now let's go to the book again. Now, here we have the last problem. It says the volume of a sphere is 4,200 foot to the third power. What is the surface area of the nearest 10? Now, here we have the volume, and we have to get that surface area. That means we have to find first what is the radius. Let's solve the exercise here. Now, remember the formula of this of the volume. That is the thing that we are looking for is this formula. I will copy from here. Instead to have 30, in this one will be the radius that we are looking. Now, making a substitution in this formula, what we will get is we have the volume. We're looking for the radius. We have the volume. The volume is 4,200 foot to the third power. If we are looking for this radius, if we solve this equation, now the number 3 that is multiplying here in this part, the number 3 going to multiply, is dividing going to multiply. Now, I will erase it here. Don't need it anymore. Now the number 4 that is multiplying will go to divide. I will erase it here. The pi that is multiplying going to divide also. And now we have radius to the third power. Let's find that number in the next step. What will be the radius to the third power? So the third power, the radius here, is equal to, let's see the result. 1,003 divided by 4 divided by pi. That is 1,000 and 2.6 units. Now, this is to the third power. If we want to cancel this equation to find the value, we have to make a cube root to get that value. Because what we have is the third power, we have to make a cube root of that value that is there. Now the result will be only the radius. Now, how you find in your calculator the cubic root? You have to make shift and go to the place where is the square root, and you see in the top the cubic root. It's almost time to this video. 2.66 is 10, basically the answer. Now with this number, we only have to make that surface area formula. That is 4 times, I make a pause to keep the time. With the radius of 10, I will make a substitution in the radius in the formula of the surface area. This is the radius that we find, 10 to the second power is 100, and then we multiply, and this is the final answer, only finding that radius.